welcome back to What Plus. I'm Kevin, joined by T and Emily Bass, who is going to be DJing at the Tad Cautious and Femme House coming up. Another CEG production. How are we doing, Emily?
We are great. How you doing?
Fantastic, fantastic. This is all new to me. I'm a more guitar kind of guy, so I'm
That's okay.
but this is huge. I mean, you had mentioned LP before we came on. She is like really blown up and made that leap. And why don't we get into a little bit about this? What exactly is Femme House?
Yeah, so FemHouse is basically trying to help create a more equitable music scene. We are all jam people. We know that there is only so much diversity in the audience, and that's okay. But at its core, basically, FemHouse is trying to bring more women and underrepresented groups into the technical sides of music. So think production, DJing. I think eventually like North Star is all lighting, anything that goes into kind of that realm of what the experience is for a fan.
All right, Grateful Dead, just trailblazers with that, with Candace Brightman and Betty on the soundboard there. I love it, absolutely love it.
Yeah, it's cool.
So is FemHouse an actual collective that's going to perform, or they're just up there to say this is what we're doing this for?
So FemHouse is technically a 501c3. So everything that they offer, which is education, help with artist bookings, is free. And it's really it is a collective at heart. It's a really, really amazing community. I think what LP has created is, she always says you can't be what you can't see. So I think by her being on stage at a very male dominated environment, people say, oh shit, I can do that too, right? And so, she's created, and even as whether you're a woman or not, I think the fact that these worlds are being bridged together. Like now there's DJs on Jam Cruise, and it seems like every festival that was predominantly one genre is sort of now being cross genre. I think that's
Electric Forest. Yeah, they went from String Cheese's thing to String Cheese is like the only band that isn't a DJ.
Totally. I mean, yeah, you're seeing like now you're seeing sit-ins happen. Like FemHouse did this jam session at the Goose Festival where we brought together, Sierra Hall, who plays the mandolin, and we created like Bluegrass House. It was cool, really cool, but it's cool what's happening.
Well, even the songwriter thing that they did in Utah with LP and Goose, Rick and LP, Rick from Goose and her played together, did a little jam thing. So like there's a lot of crossover. It's interesting though, because it's kind of gone from that post-show, almost like what these are too, like the post-show late night, what do I do after the show thing? Oh, let's go check out some house music or keep going, into now bringing that into the whole scene. And it's like part of it. Like it's cool. It's great. Especially like when LP went down and did the Mexico shows with Dead and Co and stuff. That was awesome. Cause
it's cool.
You see that. Yeah.
I mean, like I was someone who I'm always at the after shows, and now I'm playing one. This is amazing. Like I was, and I think it's great what's happening for the scene, because I think, listen, we all don't want the party to end, some of us. And so I think being able to go from being in the audience to now being able to provide the party is incredible.
And I think even on that note, it's becoming more than just the party, right? Like it's being its own party now, because it's kind of taking over mainstream and being able to provide its own shows that then would have after parties after it. You know what I mean? Like it's kind of broken free from just being the after show genre and now kind of its own thing, which is really cool to see the growth in it. It's been great.
What goes into, let's get a little technical. If you have someone who's playing an instrument come up and play with the DJ, what goes into the thinking on the part of the DJ with that?
So I'm not going to lie. I don't produce music. So that's a little bit more of a blind spot for me, but I will tell you that from the DJ perspective, like what they're doing up there is there are songs playing that they have previously uploaded onto, a track onto a USB. And so what they're doing though, is they're sort of playing with that track, and whether it's like altering the bass line, whether it's altering the mids. And so what they're doing is making it so, like, let's say a guitar comes in or a drum beat comes in, they will take that line out of the song that's actually playing and be able to create sort of like the underlying beat and add stuff on top of it. It's really cool what you can do.
It's amazing to me. I had something called SoundForge back in like 2000, and I fancied myself, I take like clips from movies and put the vocals over top of MMW songs.
That's it. You're a producer.
You're a DJ, Kev. Look at that. Well, it's like Blue to Tiger when she does her DJ sets and plays bass with it. It's pretty sweet. Like it's cool. It adds a whole nother element to it. Like she can step up.
And you have these people looping that, like, who are basically one man, one woman bands who are looping everything at once, and it's insane. It's so impressive.
Very so cool.
So yeah, what people can't do. I haven't dipped into production yet. I gotta let my DJ career take off first. But
right.
There you go. So where am I buying tickets for this?
You are buying tickets at, there is a ticket web link, I believe. Okay. I should have known this before I joined.
No, that's okay. I have it right here. I'm going to send it in the private chat team. Maybe we can pull up the page.
Yeah, pull up the page.
So what do we know about the other is that, I assume, another DJ?
Yeah.
Chata.
Yeah, she's incredible. She is, I actually met her. FemHouse did an activation at a festival here in New York, and I met her there because we basically created like an actual FemHouse to come in and actually mess around on decks and play around with Ableton on site at the festival. And she stopped by, which was cool, and said, this speaks to me. And she's an incredible artist. She's doing something really unique. Like I think check out her SoundCloud. She's definitely creating more jam focused dance music songs, so actually like remixing those songs versus just like creating good music for people to listen to. She's amazing. I know she's really done a lot up in Vermont, which is, we all have a special place
affinity
for that place. Yeah. And then, Tad Cautious is an OG on Serious and funny, and just an all around amazing guy.
Now, does he spin house too, or is he more a host?
I'm excited to see what he's going to spin, because I don't know. And he uses different equipment than I do. So I'm pretty pumped to see. I think this is I'm biased, but I think this is a good lineup, and I think there will be we'll have a vibe for everyone for sure. But I'm very excited to see what they're both going to spin.
Well, back in like 92, 93, used to go down DC, and they had a place that was open all night, and they had a DJ, but it was all Thrill Kill Cult and stuff like that. And God, I have some weird stories from that place. God help me.
I'd like to hear about
you before in the morning, you're like, let's go to DC. We know they're still open. You're like, what are you doing driving to DC at 4 a.m?
Well, I grew up in DC, and I must have closed before my time.
Right. Yeah, no, this was the early 90s, because I was 21, 22 at the time. Yeah. My girlfriend was into it. She was a little bit goth.
Yeah.
So did we find this, D?
I got it. Yeah, here if you want to come. Right. Wait, where's the page?
There it is. Yeah, you got to switch to the other one. Yeah.
You got to remove that one and put this one up. Where'd it go? There it is.
There it is.
Here we go.
The magic of editing later. The magic of post-production will come into play.
That's it.
Yeah, and I don't know if you've been to Hill Country, but it's a fun little vibe downstairs.
This is fantastic. Now, how much is it? About $28, right? Yeah. Something like that.
Or $30. Have either of you been to Hill Country?
I do not believe I have.
No.
I don't go to New York much, just because it's just expensive to go see Phish there. And that's usually why people go up there, right? Is to see Phish. But yeah, I used to take the kids up to see Broadway shows like Wicked when they were little.
That's like Phish New Year's.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that was like $300 10 years ago to get tickets for that. My God.
I mean, the tickets in general are getting so expensive that like $30 for a ticket. We're not Phish, but it's the most affordable.
Well, I always joke that how Fugazi was like never over $5, right? But if you think back, if you equate it to what it is now, that's like $25 back then. I mean,
it's inflation.
Right. Well, yeah. Now the after shows are the price of what the ticket used to be to see the main concert is what it is, and now the main concert is like you said, like triple what it used to be. So,
So anything? You got any other gigs coming up?
No, actually.
just the New Year's.
New Year's, yeah. This is the first time. When I started DJing, I always said I want to bring my dance music crew and my Phish music crew together. So this is exciting for me.
Do you mix
World
in
colliding?
Do you mix in Phish when you're doing a Phish after party, or?
We'll see.
We talked to Eric Gould yesterday from Pink Talking Phish, and he was like we're hyper aware of what like Phish plays because we don't want to play that song, you know.
Totally. Well, it's interesting too because I'm actually curious to what you guys think about this, but obviously Phish has a decent amount of good covers, right? So it's like, well, if you weave in some Talking Heads, right? Or is that going to offend people? We don't know.
Right. Bust out the original version of 2001 that they copped. What's that guy's name? Diado or something like that was the guy's name?
I think everyone's more appreciative of getting like the original version in a DJ set more than they would be about getting like the Phish cover version of it or something. So like if you busted out some Velvet Underground or something, people are gonna be like, fuck yeah, like sweet, you know. So
that's kind of my vibe too. I think I know I would appreciate it, but I'm like the loveliest Phish fan ever. Like they can do no wrong in my eyes, you know. So
do you have a website?
FemHouse has a website.
Okay.
I have an Instagram, so you can go to thisisfemhouse.com, or I am at EC Bass on Instagram. Okay. This is FemHouse. It's FemHouse's Instagram.
And if you want to support FemHouse outside of this, you can definitely make a donation to them.
Absolutely. Yeah. Head to the website, head to the Instagram. And yeah, I don't work there anymore, but I am happy to represent them and still really want people to know that they exist because what they're doing is really, really incredible. And yeah, I think there's even if people are listening and they're at the after party and they want to know how to get involved non-monetarily, like we can facilitate that, you know. Doing cool stuff.
All right. Let me ask you one more hard question. Why is it that something like FemHouse needs to exist when half the population or more is females? You know, why is it not half of the rock and roll women up there on stage and half the stage crews? And I know why. It's more a rhetorical question.
I'm like, oh, okay.
Well, I mean, I think that's how society's been built. Like, what do you give a girl? You give a girl a flute. You should give a girl. I gave my youngest daughter a guitar.
See, you're smart. I got a flute, and then when I dropped the flute, I got a violin, and then when I dropped the violin, I went to chorus, and then I dropped chorus, and I played the piano, and now I DJ.
I played oboe.
There you go. I mean, I don't know the answer to that. I think it's systemic. It's the same in like I think every industry is a little.
It is.
Screwy.
What I've been most impressed with these days, and we've talked about this, and I've actually done a few things about this though, is how many female bass players there are these days, and how they've just taken over the scene and are phenomenal. Like it's not just like, oh, they're just playing. They're like, there are some badass female bass players out there that bring it, and it's really
Tina Weymouth's children.
Yes, it's and what's her name from Sonic? Like they're
Kim Gordon,
Kim Gordon, exactly. So it's been really cool to see though that progression and that growth, and it's cool. It's awesome.
Yeah, I don't know. I think there's maybe just a psychologically intimidation factor that I think entering a world that's all boys is a little scarier to some women than others, and I think that is. You know, I'm not a child psychologist, but I think that starts when you're young in a classroom too, right? I think
they always make the best looking boy the quarterback.
Exactly.
Kind of thing. I talked to this woman, Helen Gillet, who is down in New Orleans, who plays cello, plays with Mike Dillon and Brian Haas and some other people. And she was telling me a story about it was her and one other guy. They played together equal. They were trying to pay him more than her after the show.
Oh, that's pretty much every gig.
Really?
Yeah, I'd say that's pretty much every industry too.
Oh, fully. Yeah.
You
I
know,
mean,
like
we can go on a
music,
tangent about that.
right?
I mean, I think also what's interesting now that's happening is that I think there's definitely growth in that people are being more thoughtful about like, okay, if you have a multi-artist lineup, not you don't want to just like throw diversity on the bill. I think that's a fine
Right.
line, but I think people are thinking about it. There's obviously like, you know, as an organization like FemHouse exists, there's going to be more women in the, you know, in the orbit to even choose from. But I think now it's like, how do you not only make women the openers? Right. It's
Well,
like,
I mean, if you look at a room of 10 people, half of them are going to be women, 10 random people.
And I think the biggest thing too is like we were saying is they're good. It's not like you're putting it like, oh, she needs this as like whatever. They're good and they're just as good as any. So it's like why not, right?
Yeah.
Like so.
But yeah, I think I think just like encouraging girls and everyone to like pick up an instrument or
a pen or whatever. Yeah.
Do whatever. And because I think like as more and more people start to do that, it will just have a more of an overflow of options to choose from, right?
Right.
We need more lyricists. I mean, jam band's sorely lacking in the lyrics department there. What's your take on AI?
My take on AI?
Yeah. For music creation specifically, I guess.
I don't necessarily I don't know. You know, I mean, I think that I actually recently listened to one of the top country songs. I don't like country, but the top country songs on Spotify was AI generated. And I was like, this is really good. If you are in like, it's good if you care about like drinking beer and.
But it sounds like it's devoid, like there's no soul. I've listened to that song and you listen to it once and you're like, yeah, it sounds like a country song. But if you listen closer, it sounds almost devoid. Like there's
for sure.
It's weird. Very weird.
I think that I don't want to position myself as an expert on this. I've definitely talked to people who are creating the music who think that AI actually can be a huge asset for them because I think it helps them with ideation. I mean, the same way that in every
100%. Right.
And so I think there's that, and then I think the other side is people are worried, like, is it going to make the artistry no longer exist? But I don't think so.
Right. But what let's say you create a beat and you get huge. You like you land it. You find the right person to do some vocals for you and you land beat. All of a sudden, all these copycats pop up of it. That's my concern is that there's no barrier to what they're basically stealing from all these other people, and you'd never see a penny of that.
Totally. Yeah. I mean, I think especially for the dance music world, it will be very interesting because of exactly what you're talking about and just being like, okay, like now I can copy this beat. And I think when we're talking about live performances, like it's impossible to replicate what Phish is doing because like the improv is
right.
Someone told me their nightmare scenario was that the AI song is created and then you find people to go out and play it and you create the band to replicate the AI song.
But I mean, it's been going on forever that artists sample or reuse other artists' beats and music and stuff. I mean, look at like like Gorillaz, like that whole the Clint Eastwood song is basically the song that's like stock in the Casio thing that he used to create it. And he just added the beats over. He's like, oh yeah, no one even knew that I did. So like it's still always in there. It's just
that's a really good point because I do think a lot of songs and a lot of if you actually look at a lot of like really popular like not to sound basic, but one of the biggest Avicii songs is pulled from I think it's from an Etta James an Etta James track. So it's I think to that point, yeah, it's like a lot of it is inspiration. I don't know. I don't know what the hell is going to happen with AI though. I like AI actually.
I agree with you. I do too. And like you said, as long as you don't abuse it, but I like it for like copywriting and stuff. It helps sometimes as like a starter because sometimes you just can't get your head around something. So and it fills in sometimes. It's just when you use it to do the whole thing.
Right.
Well, you know what's happening on YouTube is, let's say you have an original idea, right? All of a sudden there's 20 other accounts that are bots, variations of that, just recycling what you do. I mean, within months of some of these huge accounts blowing up, and that's happening, and it's all just done with AI on autopilot.
Sincerest form of flattery, man.
Yeah, but YouTube likes it. YouTube
like,
likes
I
it
created it,
reason.
and all these people liked it enough to spawn after it. Like, go for it.
Yeah, no copycats galore.
That's it.
Yeah, but you don't get paid when someone. I mean, it's nice to be flattered, but I got a mortgage, you know.
Yeah, and I think there's a lot of, there's a lot of love and creativity, and these like the musicians who are creating these songs, there's a lot that goes into that, and it's like an artist creating a painting. They don't want that idea stolen. So I do think it's a very fine line, but I don't remember who. I recently heard this on a podcast. Like, it's not rocket science, but AI is only as smart as the person behind it. So I think,
gotta hope that. I hear AI can't write poetry, so
I did actually. My brothers and I have actually used AI to generate certain things in the, like, pretend that you're Phish and you're writing a song about like Thanksgiving dinner. It's pretty good.
And Phish would probably do
Don't
that.
like the Tom Marshall, but it's pretty good.
It's pretty good.
You could probably sell them that. All right, so everybody, make sure if you're watching this and you're going to the show, buy your tickets ahead of time, because so many times we see stuff canceled. I don't think that would happen with this, with having 20,000 Phish fans in the city. Somebody's gonna want to be off or not be able to go to bed, maybe.
I mean,
ahead of time.
I play at midnight. It's pretty early, it's close to the garden. Stop by.
It's like a 10-minute walk tops.
Less.
How long is your set?
Close.
How long is your set?
We're each playing for an hour.
Okay, so you got an hour to get in there. Are you going to any of the Phish shows over the run?
I will be at. Well, I will be at 3 of them.
But not the night you're playing.
I will be at set 1 for sure.
Okay. Nice. I was gonna say, you got time. You can probably.
It's usually my favorite night though, but this will take priority. But yeah,
you can even leave. You can even catch set 2 and just leave before the encore. You're good.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna respect the other people who are doing this.
There you go.
I used to live on the same street at like a walking distance from MSG, so it was the easiest. Even if I said I was only going 1 or 2 nights, I was always
right. If the ticket appeared,
then you could actually run home before the show, and then
exactly. I know, do a little, change up.
Right.
Are you guys going?
I don't know. I would like to go on the 29th because I've never seen a show on 12/29. I've seen 12/28 a bunch of times back in the 90s because they played DC or Philly, and I went to Big Cypress, so I saw a 30th and 31st, but. So I don't know.
No, I'm out in LA, so I don't think I'm coming out for that. I may be out later in January for a Taper's Choice tour, but I'm probably not coming for this. So
I'm based in New York, so if either of you are here, you have to let me know.
Definitely.
And if I can push any day, I push you coming to New York on the 30th.
For sure. Exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm very much it's next week. Maybe I should plan. So
that's how
it's worked out for me this far. So there we go.
Hey, if it ain't broke.
Right.
We'll put some links down in there to everything where we
link
get
and everything.
Tickets.
Yep.
Yeah, and
your Instagram and stuff.
Thanks for doing this. I appreciate you drawing some attention to this.
Yeah, of course. You were great. This was fun. We'll do it again sometime for sure. Hang out for a bit after we're done here so we can let it so just hang out for a minute because it's got
make sure it uploads.
Yeah.
All right.
Cool.
Thanks, guys. Like, comment, subscribe.
What's up, dog?
Fascinating. Absolutely fascinating.